Blessings and welcome to my channel. I'm Kelsey Crookshanks, professional astrologer and energetic activator. If you resonate with my energy, please like and subscribe. I intend that these messages will support you and give you insight and guidance into how you can align with your highest potential and your life purpose. If you feel so called to pay me for this service, all the information to do that is in the description box below. I believe strongly in the karma of energetic exchange, especially as we move into the age of Aquarius. I affirm and declare that all you give comes back to you in plenty, and so it is. This video is for the energy of Aries. If you are an Aries rising, sun, or moon, or north node, this will most likely resonate with you. Check out my other videos if it doesn't, or if you're seeking more insight and support and guidance. Or if you have a stellium in your chart or a very strong placement in a specific sign, I recommend watching that sign's video as well. Thanks for being here, and let's get into it. Oh, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Last final message. Alright, let's see what Leo season has for you, Aries. I'm going to pull a few. Oh, that came out. Oh, okay. I'm going to pull a few from this tarot deck, which is, oh dang, okay, I'll take that one. Which is the Groovy Waite deck from Tarot Collectibles. A lot of reversals. And then I will pull a message for you at the end. We're going to take that card that fell on the floor. We'll get one more card, and then I will pull some clarifying cards. Oh! Alright, so already I feel like this Leo season is going to be really positive for you, Aries. From the first card that fell out, which is the Ten of Cups in reverse. This just tells me that you've been hoping and wishing for some sort of manifestation to come in, or some sort of happy ending for yourself, and you feel maybe frustrated that it hasn't happened yet, even though things started to look like it was going to happen. It hasn't come in fully, and you might feel confused, or might feel what's happening here. I thought this was the rainbow road to my happiness. What is actually going on? You see this rainbow road? It's almost like you were following down this path, and focus on the card. Yeah, so you were walking down this path, and you were oh, this is gonna lead me to where I'm meant to go. This is everything. This is it. This is all I've been wishing for and hoping for and wanting to create for myself. And then it's it all got kind of turned upside down. This might have been how Cancer season went for you, and you might be feeling really confused. Oh, I thought I was in this King of Wands energy. This is the second card that came out. I thought I was doing great, standing in my power, having all this stuff come to me, and I felt really aligned, and I feel really good. And yes, you are aligned, and it's amazing that you're feeling really good and noticing what feels good for you and following that. But things take time, and they don't often look like what we think they're gonna look like. And when we try to rush the process, we miss a lot of the crucial pieces of the journey. And so I feel the message here for you, Aries, coming out of Cancer season is to just trust and just surrender fully. And though that's way more easier said than done, really just allowing yourself to trust fully in the process, and trust that you're still working towards, and you're still moving towards this happy ending, and it's still coming in for you. And just because it didn't happen how you thought it was going to, or in the timing that you thought it was going to, doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you. It's still going to happen, and it just is going to take a little bit more reassessment, a little bit more refinement, and a little bit more also questioning yourself and getting curious, because the sun during Leo season will be transiting your 5th house. So this is going to be an area of opportunity for you to focus on what truly brings you joy, what truly lights you up. I feel it was almost like it was like a facade, and it was like something that you really like wanted to look a certain way, but your gut was like, this still doesn't feel right. Like, why are we thinking this is it? Because it still doesn't feel right. And even though you like wanted it to be right, it wasn't, and it's still like coming in, and it's still on its way. And just because it's not here right now doesn't mean it's not. And so the next card that came out is the High Priestess. Like, trust your intuition, trust your gut, what your gut is telling you. I want this to focus. All right, I got a new camera, so I promise this will not be a thing soon. But yeah, this is the High Priestess card. It's all about following your intuition and like letting that lead you and listening to those little nudges. And also, maybe Aries, it's a good idea to put some sort of practice in place for yourself that is really going to help strengthen your intuition. That's really going to help you kind of listen to this more and listen and tap into the gut feelings that you're getting and really like understand them at a deeper level and really be able to integrate the intuitive hits that you get, because you're a fire sign, you blaze you blaze through things, and it can often lead to this it can often lead to burnout, and it can often because you're not trusting your gut, you're not trusting what your body is telling you. You know, our body sends us messages, and our body is really like the truest communicator we have. It's the mind that really like fucks with us and tells us some ish that ain't real. So really listening to like your body and what your body responds, and maybe even doing like body tests for things, muscle tests. Like, there's this practice that I love that my friend April Curry taught me, that is like, if it's a yes, your body will like hold it. Like, this can be, well, ask your body what is a yes to you. If this is a yes, like if you ask a question and it doesn't break, but if it breaks, it's a no. And you can ask your body to show you that too, and teach you signs, like communicate with your body and tell me, hey, what does it look like when this is a yes? What does it look like when I feel a no? And really listen, start to tap in and listen to what your body is telling you. And like those subtle cues that aren't very like loud. The mind's really loud, the body's more subtle, and it's more something you have to like consciously choose to tap into and to give like listen to and give weight to. And so I feel like with whatever this was, whatever this like opportunity or thing that you were trying to like make it be, this 10 of Cups, it's like, it's not time yet. It's not, you know, there was something missing that you don't want to miss out on. And so it's important for you as you move forward now into Leo season, like how can you really like take action towards the things that your intuition is reaffirming for you, and reaffirming that everything is correct for you in this way, and move forward from a place of like intuitive knowing instead of like mental knowing of like, oh, I just want to like blaze this path, I just want to have it done and like, you know, do it. Like, kind of slow down a little bit, which is I don't like telling that to an Aries, but like allow yourself to channel your fast-paced energy into something creative, because again, like I said, the sun is transiting during Leo season. It's transiting your 5th house, which is the house of creativity, of joy, of the inner child, of also of romance and of passion, and of like what really lights you up at the core, like an inner child level, and really like giving weight to that and channeling maybe any frustrations you have or any like feelings of like wanting to do things into creative ventures, so that it doesn't like play out and like kind of confuse you when it comes to this like whatever this happy ending is that you're wanting to create. Next we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So I feel like with this coming up, it's like you haven't been communicating enough. You've been just kind of like blazing a trail and not informing the people around you of what you're doing. So I feel like that's what's needed at this time, is to really like communicate as you start new things and as you do new things and as you do listen to your intuition. Like, communicate from that place, like, hey, this is what I've been feeling, this is what like is at the core of this, and yes, it might look great on the surface, it might look like a happy ending, but when I tune in, it's not. And so like communicating that, like, oh, I thought it looked this certain way, but this is actually how I feel about it. And so coming from that place and really leading with your communication is going to really help you during this time and support you during Leo season. And having patience too with the people around you, having patience with your communication as it's changing. You know, the past Mercury retrograde season, I don't know if you were aware of it, in Gemini was like really rough. and really long, and really showed us as a collective a lot about how our communication needs to change. So give yourself grace with integrating that. And again, just listen to your intuition. Surrender to like the knowing that you have when you really like get quiet and tap into your inner knowing and your inner divinity. The next card is the Queen of Wands. So yeah, and you have to, I feel like these are all very like positive, like there's no like, and I read the cards that way anyways, and that's how this deck is too, kind of, but like it's always like and oriented towards growth. And I feel like this Leo season is really going to be a growth season for you, of like taking action towards what really feels like in true alignment. I mean, you have the King and the Queen of Wands here, so really giving weight to like your fire and your passion. The Wands represents fire signs. It represents all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So as you know, and Leo is a fire sign, so as you're moving into, as a fire sign, moving into a fire season, like give weight to like what you have accomplished so far and where that's gotten you, and where your passion has like, what your passion and your fiery energy has created for you, and how that has really led you to where you are now. Like, yes, it's okay to want to reach for somewhere new and to kind of have a vision of where you want to go, but it's also necessary to celebrate where you've been and to celebrate all that you've grown through and come to realize based on where you have been and what you've experienced and how that shaped you to be who you are. It's so important to honor your divinity, honor your divine feminine, honor your with your intuition. Like these parts of you want to be celebrated and they want to be honored, and that is just going to help you call in whatever it is, this vision that you're creating for yourself, and to also be able to make these changes with your communication and communicate with more ease and more flow, and really have this come into your life in the most divine and perfect way for you in divine timing, because we can't fuck with divine timing. Everything comes in divine timing and we don't always know what that is. So just surrendering to what lights you up in the moment, and what, like, again, your intuition is kind of leading you to do, and not questioning it, not giving more weight than to the mental capacities than it deserves, and really tuning in with your body. Does this feel good for me right now to do? Yes. Does this feel like for me to do? Okay, no. And really listening to that communication at a subtle level. And again, having a kind of spiritual practice to tap into your intuition can really help ground you during this time. Maybe meditation or yoga, or something that, just walking in nature, going for a walk with your dog, or your companion animal, like whatever that looks like for you, whatever helps you to feel like calm and supported and grounded during this time is going to be really beneficial. And listening to those nudges, and again, taking action from those nudges, and not taking action from a place that's like, oh, the mind is telling me I need to do things right now, so I need to do things. Like, no, like what actually feels good to do, and that's what's going to be most aligned for you to do. And the last card is the Fool, which the Fool represents, it's the first card in the deck. It represents starting a new journey and embarking on a new path, and having all that you need with you to really cultivate what is for you on this path. So I feel like the beginning of Leo season might feel a bit intense, and might feel a bit, not disappointing, but just kind of like, oh, like I'm still not there yet, but you are moving towards it. And with all this like fire energy and this major arcana energy, it's like it's happening in divine timing, and you can't force it to happen in a certain way or in a certain time frame. It's gonna happen how it needs to happen, and in hindsight you'll be like, oh yeah, of course that all worked out as it needed to, but it's hard to kind of have that peace in the moment. So just remember that it's all happening in divine timing, and you can't fuck it up, because you're always on the right path. So with this Fool card, I feel like I was saying, with the beginning of Leo season, it might feel a little bit disappointing. It might feel a little bit like, oh, dang it, I'm not where I want to be. And then as Leo season, as August progresses, you'll start to kind of find more clarity and more peace with that. And then at the end of Leo season, I feel as we like transition into Virgo season, you'll really start to see your power. You'll really start to align with your creativity and with your gifts, and it'll just bring in so much for you, and you'll be you'll finally see what this new journey is and like what it's bringing in for you, and you'll really be taking action towards it. I feel like towards the end of Leo season, things will really start to kind of align, and really you'll start to gain more clarity around what's actually going on and how you can implement it and how you can really take action towards it, again from a place of intuition, not overanalyzation or overthinking. It's really going to come from a place of like, yeah, this feels good, we're going to align with it, and we're going to embark on this now, we're going to choose this new path. And it might even surprise you, but it's going to be really, really beneficial and really celebratory, and I'm really excited for you. So you'll have to let me know how that resonates in the comments, and come back and tell me how Leo season went for you when it's all over. I'm really excited to hear, and yeah, to support you during it. So thank you for being here with me and watching this video. I hope it was helpful and insightful for you. I'm gonna pull, I talk really fast. I'm a manifesting generator, if you know what that is in human design. So we move fast here, and I also have Mars and Aries, so I'm very much used to doing things quickly, and I've also had to learn the lesson of slowing down myself. So on the bottom, oneness is my true nature. This is The Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabby Bernstein. Card fell on the floor. This is your message for Leo season. This is what Leo season is bringing you. Peace with. I don't even know what it says. I was going to read it to you, but I don't even know what it says. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Yeah, now the Page of Swords makes way more sense. Lead from your truth, and the truth that your intuition is communicating to you at a subtle level. Lead from that place, and you can't go astray, and all this that is coming in for you is going to be so beautiful, and I'm just so excited for you, Aries. So let me know how that resonates. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and sending you so much love.